Hi fans of high quality entertainment. I'm going to be talking about the new John Anderson and the band Geeks live album, Live Perpetual Change. And this magazine I just purchased recently. And also wanted to mention once more, this is the final time, maybe. In case you haven't seen it, I just did a Electric Light Orchestra album ranking on Phil Aston's Now Spinning magazine channel, so you should be able to see it. I'll have the link here or in the comment section below. And one other thing, my good buddy Glenn Kellaway from the basement. I received a beautiful email this morning. It was touching. It warmed my heart. I can't even show it because there's some swearing in it. But the headline was, "You effing moron." And the thing is, the last time he was here and we did our CD exchange, which it's going to be delayed a little bit because Glenn is leaving. He's going elsewhere. He's going to the North Pole for a few days. But when he was here, I thought I would give him the Moon Unit book, about her life being Frank Zappa's daughter, and I might interview her at some point on my channel. I'll look into that because it's a very good book. Anyway, I asked Glenn if he would like to borrow it, and he said sure, because he's a big Frank Zappa fan too. The thing is, I was in a bit of a rush, and I noticed that the cover was off of the book, right? So I'm scrambling. I think we might have even been doing a video when this happened. So I'm scrambling, right? I go into the bedroom and I'm trying to find the book and all that, and the cover was off of the book, because sometimes it's annoying, the book, the cover of the book for me when I'm reading, it's like I just take it off. So anyway, I found the book, I put the cover on, and I gave it to Glenn. There was one small problem. The cover, the cover of the book was the Moon Unit Zappa book. The inside, and this wasn't set up to, this would be a great joke, but being honest, I didn't set it up to be a joke. But guess what book he said he was excited to read it. He got into bed last night and he starts reading it, and it starts out, the first sentence. Growing up in Southern California, right? And then, but quickly, he's reading, the second paragraph, as a member of the Beach Boys, and he's a little puzzled because I gave him the Mike Love book. And he's not really a fan of the Beach Boys, or especially Mike Love. But I just honestly want to say this is an excellent book. I'm not a big fan of Mike Love, but I think this is a very well-written book. But I think Glenn will enjoy the Moon Unit Zappa book more, I think. And also, one other thing, on my Canadian Studmuffin channel today, I'm posting, unless it's blocked, the latest Sparks song, so check that out. Okay, and I got this magazine, like I said yesterday. I love these. They've had them on Yes and King Crimson and all that. It goes through their whole discography, the good and the bad, interviews. So yeah, if you're not aware of this magazine and you're a fan of the Moody Blues. Now, I am a big fan of Yes and John Anderson. I have some of his solo albums. Elias of Sun Hillow, Song of Seven, and Animation, and of course John Anderson and the band Geeks, True, which is just so good, and a lot of fans of Yes and John Anderson are really impressed with this album. So recently this album came out from last year. It was recorded last year, and this is the deluxe edition, 2 CDs and 1 DVD. And at first I was thinking, I don't need it. I prefer studio albums over live albums. Not that I don't love some live albums. So I wasn't even really thinking of buying it, right? And then I thought, oh, well, it's getting really good reviews, and I thought, well, I'll check it out on Spotify. I went through it, and then I'm reading, the track listing. Yours Is No Disgrace, Perpetual Change, Close to the Edge, Heart of the Sunrise, Starship Trooper, Awaken, and then it goes on and on. And You and I, Your Move, I've Seen All Good People, Gates of Friggin' Delirium, that's right, I swore, and of course Roundabout, which I think they're forced to play in any concert. And it comes with a DVD of the whole concert, which I haven't seen yet. So I just want to say that anybody that is a fan of Yes and or John Anderson or the band Geeks, I was just so impressed with this. John's vocals, he's 80 years old, and he sounds like John Anderson. There are maybe a few spots where he'll change the key, but overall his vocals are just amazing. And the band, and it's not a carbon copy of the studio tracks. They change it up enough, to keep it interesting. And so I'm just, like I said, very impressed with this, and I highly recommend it. There they are. And I just wrote to Richie Castellano. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. I'm a big fan of Blue Oyster Cult, and he's been a member of Blue Oyster Cult for years, and of course he plays the bass in the band Geeks. So it'd be nice to interview him on my channel. We'll see how that goes, at some point. I've only played CD1, as you can see, it's in my CD player. And then there's another CD and a DVD, which I'll be watching later today. And there's a booklet here. Nice, I know that some people kind of joke about this album cover, right? So I think this is more of what we were kind of expecting. Very nice. And then there's John. Yeah, so like I said, I was so impressed with the vocals and then the music too. And that is it. So thank you, and let me know if you have heard this, what you think of it. And like I said, if you're a fan of Yes and or John Anderson, you need this in your collection because it is excellent. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I hope that Glenn Kellaway enjoys his Moon Unit Zappa book. Thank you.